Welcome, everybody, to the Blaston VRML Season 2, Week 8. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I'll be bringing you another live Blaston game to your doorstep. Today we're jumping into another gold tier battle here, ranked 23 versus ranked 25. MrMrsTurtle versus Gree. Just patiently waiting now for players to jump into lobby. And once they are loaded in, then we'll take a look at their loadouts. We'll give them some time to warm up. And then we'll hop into the start of the round. But I do anticipate a exciting back and forth here this afternoon. I would be surprised if we saw a 6-0, but it could happen. Both of these players pretty close in rank. I am curious what their overall rating is. The matchup we just had with Offbeat versus Ratman, I think that was ranked 20 versus ranked 34. So a pretty decent separation in rating there. Apologies here. I'm just trying to get us into a lobby. And so the rating, like, I guess to get to the point, is much closer. And I do expect that to be an indicator that we should be in for a pretty good back and forth here this afternoon. I do want to see their in-game ratings, but we won't know that until both players are in lobby. Just waiting for that to happen, and then we will jump into the start of round one. But for now, I am appreciative of everyone that is hanging out here. If you are just patiently waiting, do appreciate that. But I suppose now is as good a time as any to remind everyone of the VRML Con coming up June 3rd and 4th. That's what these players are playing for, a chance to compete in the finales of their respective leagues. Echo Arena, Blaston, Ultimex, all being featured live on stage June 3rd and 4th. You can buy tickets right now at vrml.gg/LAN tickets. And you can go ahead and get ready for what I think is probably going to be the most hyped VR esports event. A lot of tickets sold. Had to get more rooms on our room reservation list so that people could continue to get rooms at a discounted rate at the Holiday Inn Express, only for those that end up purchasing a ticket. But nonetheless, it's been it's getting exciting. I'm looking forward to this event. It's a lot of hype around it. And again, I appreciate you all just patiently waiting for us to try and figure out what the technical issue is that's preventing both players from jumping into lobby. It seems to be that's what we're running into. Really, we've had some tough times in the VRML. Some technical issues. Onward rolling out. We've had to have a team forfeit because they didn't download the update in time. We'll see if it gets sorted. Hopefully they can figure it out. But yeah, that's what we're, I suppose, waiting on. Seems like MrMrsTurtle is having an issue connecting with Gree or vice versa even. I have no idea what the connection problem is, but one of them can't join the lobby, so they're just we're trying to workshop this, see if it's because someone's hosting or maybe because I'm joining too early as a spectator. I don't know what would be the cause, but we're trying to sort it. We'll just wait. Wait and see what they end up want to do. Maybe they'll have to reschedule and we'll have to rain check this cast, which would be unfortunate. But, you know, again, hopefully we can sort out the technical problems here. I think we've done it. I see 2 players in lobby. I'll go ahead and give them the go-ahead so that they can reset. And we can jump in here. While we're here, we can take a look at the loadouts as we get ready to dive into round one. MrMrsTurtle taking the Luma, Raptor, Hammer Nade, Raptor Ellipse, Aegis Shield, and Hammer Ellipse. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Gree taking the Lance, Repeat. An interesting choice there. The Luma, Viper. I guess a Viper Bounce. Wildcat, Hammer, and a Nova for some zoning. Luma Arc comes in, and Gree nicely holds to the far right side. Ooh, turns around to grab a weapon and ends up 360ing. Dodges a couple of bullets, redirects their efforts back towards MrMrsTurtle, and catches a couple of shots in the Wildcat. I think they're also just hitting with their thrown weapons. As Gree reached for the... Oh, yeah, the Lance is a... Okay, that's right. It's a... Gosh, I haven't seen that come in. Essentially a fast-burning Lance that I think does more damage. Really don't want to get caught with it. A beautiful drop shot there from MrMrsTurtle as they block one of those Vipers from coming in. The bounce comes back just over the head of MrMrsTurtle as the Lance Repeat does a little bit of damage. Gree takes some big damage as they step forward in the front line. Wildcat comes out, but the Raptor pushes them back. Great Luma shots connecting for Gree here. It puts them right back into this. Luma's coming in from MrMrsTurtle. The full zoning effect is here onto Gree. Where is the follow-up? It's just Gree tucked into the corner, and they dodge almost all the Lumas. There's one that connects. MrMrsTurtle forced into the corner. Nova's coming in. Wildcat there. They have no option, but finally the Lance Rapid dissipates, and they're able to duck out and instantly apply pressure. Gree takes a little bit of damage, and we're tied. Basically, almost tied there as Gree takes damage and MrMrsTurtle takes round one.
3, 2, 1, blast on.
Came down to the 25-second mark, an exciting way to get down to it. Nova's coming in. Oh my gosh, that was two Lumas connecting mid-air. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. That was real bullet time stuff. I didn't know that could happen. Maybe it can. At least that's what it looked like to me. Two Lumas colliding there, and ultimately MrMrsTurtle is connecting with the big damage. The Bounce Viper's coming in. The angle, unfortunately, doesn't enable them to hit the back of MrMrsTurtle, so they dodge the majority of those bounces. The Lumas get dodged, and for now, MrMrsTurtle has an advantage. A minute left. Gree's going to have to do some heavy dodging as they duck down to the floor and tuck into the corner. The Hammer coming in. They end up chipping away a little bit at the health bar. Back minute and a half of round two. And Gree needs to try and get some damage down here. The Nova's blocking the shots from the Wildcat. The full Aegis Shield shuts down those Novas, and they get connected by with a Luma. Gree dodges underneath. Lumas for Lumas coming in. MrMrsTurtle gets tagged. Hammer comes out. I was thinking, is that a rapid? Is that like a fast fire hammer or what? Because that's so much quicker than I'm used to seeing hammers move, and it's just because it doesn't have an attachment on it. I think I've seen an unattached hammer in a long time. Usually it is this arc that you're seeing coming in, the Hammer Ellipse from MrMrsTurtle. Minimal time, 10 seconds. The full damage spread coming in with the Viper Ellipse, with the Viper bounces, but no! It'll be a game one into the hands of MrMrsTurtle. I think we're going to hop right into the next series here.
3, 2, 1.
No time between rounds, no loadout swaps. It makes sense. Gree came close to getting around here. Getting 2 rounds, really. Taking us down to those final minutes, final seconds of the round. And good dodging from Gree on the floor there as they dodge the full spread from MrMrsTurtle. Hammer nades coming in, and great floor work. The Lance is up. It's zoning MrMrsTurtle. Not before a few Lumas connect. Now it's time for Gree to attack. Those, at least one of them hits. The Viper doesn't spawn in fast enough, and not long before the zoning is got him off the wall. Connects onto the back of MrMrsTurtle. Doesn't matter much, though. They fire back with a big Raptor connection. Lumas for Lumas. One more shot left, I believe, for MrMrsTurtle. No, they don't have any. All of it dodged there. Gree learning, trying to spread those Novas out, but ultimately you can find any angle to deny 3. Lumas are coming in. The zoning to the bottom right, a great play from Gree here. Puts them back into this. In fact, puts them into the lead in the back minute. Vipers are coming out, but they're pushed to the back. The bounces end up being less impactful, and there's a nice spread of health Novas. One down in the bottom left. That's not going to go utilized. So good work from MrMrsTurtle to dodge those again. That Aegis Shield, a vital element in shutting down those health Novas from being effective. Hammer comes in, and man, that is quick. Connects right over the top for a little bit of damage on the MrMrsTurtle. The health Novas just in time, but the Raptor Ellipse zips around them. And with a sliver of health, 20 seconds left with Gree fighting for their life here. It is going to be another lead for MrMrsTurtle. But Gree is playing very good, kicking above their pay grade, so to speak. As you can see, the rating difference, nearly 400 in game. Much tighter in our rankings of the regular season. And this has been a very good match. Despite 3 rounds going into MrMrsTurtle's hands, and Gree not able to fight back. They have been close. Demoralizing start here, though. We'll see if Gree can bounce back. I do think they need to figure out something else outside of that health Nova right now. Maybe, or a different type of health Nova. Because for now, that seems to be the least effective element. An Aegis Shield would do them a good work, I think. MrMrsTurtle catches a second game win. Puts them up 2-0. And Gree wants more. No loadout swaps. They don't need a shield. Confident in the kit they've bringing. I'm going to try and make those Novas work. The Raptor and Raptor Ellipse been a staple here for MrMrsTurtle. A key element that's really done serious damage to Gree. The Lumas, not so much. Gree's been doing a good job in dodging those. And as the Lance comes in, you're going to see, oh, a full grenade connect onto the side of the head of Gree. It's a huge chunk of damage. And quite a opening here for MrMrsTurtle. We are seeing some of those bounce Vipers connecting, though. As the Lances are here, the zoning comes in. Wildcat is there, but the health Novas are instantly shut down by the Aegis Shield. Every bit of damage matters, and some Lumas there. Find their target. Gree nearly in the lead. Oh, and MrMrsTurtle dodging another final Luma shot. Keeps them alive. Another bit of zoning for the Lance Rapid, and it's going to be the Raptor Ellipse that finds purchase. An interesting combo because as a player, you kind of have to recognize and read what kind of gun they're shooting. Because the Raptor and Raptor Ellipse, they do look very similar, so you really have to be paying attention to what they have in their hand, where that arc's going to be coming from, if there's going to be an arc. It determines how you're going to dodge. And big zoning for Gree pushes MrMrsTurtle out of bounds in that bottom corner, and Gree has a hefty lead here going into the start of round 2 in match 3. Good dodge work, too. They managed to avoid the totality of the Raptors, at least. Hammer nade comes in, dodging Lumas. Great sequence here from Gree to stay alive. Oh, the Luma getting utilized by MrMrsTurtle there, though. And for maybe the first time, those health Novas don't get shut down by an Aegis Shield. Gree continues to maintain the lead, and as they turn around to look for weapons, it's a double Luma connection for MrMrsTurtle. Puts them right back into the lead. Raptors coming in. They've been the key element in taking the health down for Gree. And as the Lance Rapid setup comes through, it's going to be Raptor Ellipses that connect. A 6-0 sequence, but a intense battle. Rounds that went down to the final minute, and a good effort from Gree. Ultimately not enough, and MrMrsTurtle will take the series 3-0. That's going to be it for us here on the desk. I try to put blocks of games together. We'll do our best to do that going forward here. I might try and jump onto a block this weekend, so keep the eyes peeled for matches that are going to be cast. Also, Captain Fabulous jumping into the casting desk, so keep your eyes on the channel. Hit the follow button. Be sure to tune in whenever you see a game going live. They can be quick. They can be long, too. I think we had a 45-minute game just last week, so it's just a matter of how the series ends up playing. I mean, that came down to some very close end-of-round rounds there, so a good effort from Gree, again, kicking above their pay grade there with a tough opponent, and their record will now be the same as MrMrsTurtle's was, 9-8. MrMrsTurtle going up 10-8. That'll be it for us on the desk. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, stay classy.